Hey everyone, today we're going to dive into a mindset well, it's a real game changer. It's not about productivity hacks or to-do lists. It's about a fundamental shift, a way to stop just being busy and start being truly effective. So let's just start with a really direct question. I want you to ask yourself and be honest here. Are you busy or are you productive? Because they're not the same thing. Not at all. And figuring out the difference is the whole key to this. To get to that answer, we've got to look at our own programming, our default setting. For a lot of us, it's what the source material calls the accommodating default. Basically, we end up trapped, completely tangled up in everybody else's plans.
Does that feeling sound familiar? Just being pulled in a million different directions? It happens because our natural instinct is to be helpful, to say yes to everything. And before you know it, you're a slave to other people's agendas, and your day is just shattered into 1,000 little pieces that don't really add up to much.
So what does this busy trap actually look like? Well, it's saying yes to every single meeting that pops up on your calendar. It's stopping what you're doing to answer every quick question. It's trying to do every little task that lands on your plate. And why do we do it? A lot of the time, it's just fear, right? We're afraid that if we say no, people will think we're not cooperative or not a team player. But here's the thing. Being busy is not the prize. Being effective is. So the solution? It actually lies in taking back a really powerful word. It's time to redefine what it means to be ruthless.
And I know what you're thinking. The word ruthless, it makes you think of some cold, calculating person who'd do anything to get ahead, right? That's the image we all have. But for right now, I want you to just take that definition and put it on a shelf.
Because in this context, ruthless means something completely different. It's about the practice of radical self-honesty. It's about being fiercely protective of your own potential. See? It's not about being mean to other people. It's about being honest with yourself and protecting your time and energy for what really, truly matters.
This is what it's all about, escaping what the source calls the brute force illusion, this idea that if we just work harder, longer, and faster, we'll succeed. No, it's not about more force. It's about more focus. It's about having the courage to zero in on what's actually important.
Now, to really get this mindset, we have to face a hard truth. We have to understand the trade-off we're making every single day. We need to talk about the hidden cost of saying yes.
This quote just nails it. Every yes to something unimportant is an implicit no to something that could change your life. Just let that sink in for a second. Every time you say yes to a pointless task or a meeting that goes nowhere, you are, without even realizing it, saying no to something big, something that could actually move the needle on your most important goals.
Look, your time is a zero-sum game. You only have so much of it. So saying yes to something small and unimportant, that's not a harmless little thing. It's a no to your own dreams. But when you flip that, when you start saying no to the unimportant stuff, you're not being negative. You're giving a huge, profound yes to your own mission.
Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, right? But this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where it gets real. It's time for your moment of truth. It's time for the audit. The process is actually pretty simple, but it takes that radical self-honesty we talked about. So, step 1, audit your time. Seriously, where did your hours actually go last week? Step 2, find the zero-impact activities. What stuff did you do that contributed absolutely nothing to your big goals? And then step 3, confront the gap. Look at the space between the person you say you want to be and the person your calendar shows you actually are. And I've got to warn you, the results will probably be shocking. It is a really common and kind of tough discovery to see that a huge chunk of your busy time was spent on things that had zero impact. It can be a hard pill to swallow. This is that moment of truth. It's like looking in a mirror and seeing two versions of yourself, the one who's focused and clear, and the one who's tangled up in all that busy work. It's about finally facing that uncomfortable, maybe even painful gap between the person you want to be and how you're actually living your life.
So once you see that gap, once you can't unsee it, you're left with a choice, a really important one. And that choice is all about making the ruthless cuts.
And the choice couldn't be more clear. You can either retreat, you can go back to the comfort of being busy, that brute force illusion, or
you can start making those cuts. You can start the hard but incredibly rewarding work of trimming away everything that's non-essential. To make those cuts, to say no when it's tough, you need a really powerful reason. You need to know what you're protecting. So the final question I want to leave you with is this. What is your profound yes? What is so deeply important to you that it's worth saying no to almost everything else? Answering that is the key to everything.